A new chapter in military technology is being written today, July 18, 2025. This development comes from China, where scientists say they have created a game-changing algorithm. This new computer code is designed for hypersonic missiles, which are weapons that travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound. The purpose of this algorithm is simple but powerful, to help these incredibly fast missiles evade America's most advanced defense systems. This isn't just another incremental update. Experts believe this could fundamentally alter the strategic calculations that have kept a fragile peace between major world powers for decades, making it a critical moment for global security. The technology behind this breakthrough is complex, but the idea is straightforward. It's not artificial intelligence, as some might assume. Instead, it's a sophisticated statistical method called multi-model adaptive estimation, or MMAE. Imagine a missile flying towards its target. Suddenly, a defensive interceptor is launched to shoot it down. This new Chinese algorithm allows the incoming missile to quickly analyze the interceptor. It studies how the interceptor moves, predicts its future path, and even figures out its secret design features. This all happens within minutes of the interceptor being launched, giving the hypersonic missile the information it needs to change course and avoid being hit. In computer simulations, the results have been remarkable. The algorithm has shown it can estimate an interceptor's trajectory with an accuracy of about 16 feet. This is an incredibly small margin of error when objects are closing in on each other at thousands of miles per hour. For a hypersonic missile traveling at Mach 8, or 8 times the speed of sound, this level of precision is the difference between mission failure and a successful strike. This capability effectively gives the missile a brain of its own, one that can outsmart the very systems designed to stop it, raising serious questions about the effectiveness of current and future defense shields. The team behind this innovation is led by researcher Zhang Xuesong at China's Strategic Support Force Information Engineering University. Their work, reported this month, highlights a focused and well-resourced effort by Beijing to achieve dominance in next-generation warfare. By creating a smart guidance system that can anticipate and react to defensive measures in real time, China is aiming to guarantee that its most advanced weapons can reach their targets. This development signals a clear intent to overcome the defensive technological advantages long held by the United States, forcing a major reassessment of military readiness and strategy in Washington and allied capitals. This new algorithm is not being developed in a vacuum. It is the latest move in an intense and accelerating arms race between the United States and China. Both nations see hypersonic technology as the future of warfare. These weapons are not just fast. Their ability to maneuver unpredictably in the upper atmosphere makes them extremely difficult to track and intercept with traditional missile defense systems. For years, the two economic giants have been pouring billions of dollars into research and development, each trying to gain a decisive advantage over the other in this critical technological domain. China appears to be ahead in some areas. It has already deployed operational hypersonic weapons. One notable example is the YJ-21, a hypersonic anti-ship missile. These weapons can be launched from China's advanced Type 055 naval cruisers. They are specifically designed to breach the sophisticated, multi-layered air defenses of a U.S. aircraft carrier strike group. The goal is to hold America's most powerful naval assets at risk, potentially limiting their ability to operate freely in regions like the South China Sea. China's massive shipbuilding capacity, which is over 200 times that of the U.S., ensures it can build the platforms needed to carry these weapons. The United States, while not yet having fielded its own operational hypersonic weapons, is working urgently to catch up and to build defenses. The Pentagon is running the Next Generation Interceptor, or NGI, program. This multi-billion-dollar project involves major defense contractors like Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman. The goal of the NGI is to create a reliable defense shield capable of stopping incoming hypersonic threats. However, China's new algorithm is aimed directly at defeating exactly this type of advanced interceptor, creating a classic offense versus defense spiral where each new innovation is quickly met with a counter-innovation. This competition goes beyond just missiles. Recent military simulations from early 2025 showed that even advanced Chinese warships are vulnerable to sophisticated American cruise missiles. This highlights that the technological race is happening across many fronts, including stealth technology, electronic warfare, and counter-stealth radar. In late 2024, China unveiled new radar systems it claims can detect American stealth fighters, like the F-22 and F-35. It also revealed new stealth fighter jets of its own. This back-and-forth dynamic fuels a cycle of perpetual competition, where each side feels compelled to develop more advanced systems to counter the other's gains. The development of this new guidance algorithm could significantly shift the global military balance. For decades, the United States has relied on its technological superiority and its powerful navy to project power and maintain stability around the world. Aircraft carriers, in particular, are symbols of American might. They are floating military bases that can be deployed anywhere on the globe. However, if China's hypersonic missiles can reliably evade the defenses designed to protect these carriers, then the carriers themselves become far more vulnerable. This could make American leaders think twice before sending naval forces into a potential conflict zone near China. This change extends beyond just a single weapon system. It challenges the very foundation of U.S. military strategy in the Pacific. If the defensive shield provided by the U.S. missile defense network is perceived as unreliable against China's most advanced missiles, it could erode the confidence of American allies in the region. Countries like Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines rely on the U.S. security umbrella. If that umbrella appears to have holes in it, these nations may feel pressured to reconsider their own defense postures and foreign policies, potentially leading to greater instability and a regional arms race as they seek to protect themselves. Furthermore, this technological leap could embolden China, potentially making it more assertive in pursuing its territorial claims, such as those in the South China Sea or regarding Taiwan. If Beijing believes it has a weapon that can effectively neutralize a primary American response, it might be more willing to take risks. This creates a dangerous situation where miscalculation becomes more likely. The fear is not just that a war could happen, but that the rapid speed of hypersonic weapons would leave leaders with only minutes, not hours, to make monumental decisions, dramatically increasing the risk of a conflict escalating out of control. The strategic implications are profound. The traditional model of military deterrence rests on the idea that an attack would be too costly for an aggressor to consider. But if one side believes it has a trump card that can negate the other's ability to retaliate effectively, that logic begins to break down. This new algorithm represents such a potential trump card. It forces military planners in the Pentagon and allied nations to rethink their defensive strategies from the ground up. They must now account for weapons that are not only incredibly fast, but also intelligent enough to outmaneuver their defenses, a challenge that will define the security landscape for years to come. The consequences of this hypersonic arms race are not confined to Washington and Beijing. The entire world is watching these developments with growing concern. When the two most powerful countries on Earth are locked in a competition to build ever faster, smarter, and more unstoppable weapons, it creates a sense of global insecurity. Other nations worry about being caught in the middle of a potential conflict. They also fear that this advanced military technology could spread to other countries, making regional conflicts even more deadly and unpredictable. This is why international observers and arms control experts are sounding the alarm. The rapid pace of technological change is making traditional arms control agreements seem outdated. Treaties that were designed to manage nuclear arsenals during the Cold War are not equipped to handle the challenges posed by hypersonic weapons, artificial intelligence, and cyber warfare. These new technologies blur the lines between conventional and nuclear conflict and shorten decision-making timelines to a dangerous degree. The lack of established rules or shared norms for these new domains of warfare creates a volatile environment where a misunderstanding or an accident could quickly escalate into a full-blown crisis between major powers. This new reality forces us to ask some difficult questions. As military technology continues to advance at a breathtaking speed, what measures can be taken to preserve peace and prevent catastrophe? The answer may lie in a renewed push for diplomacy and dialogue. It is more important than ever for leaders in the United States and China to maintain open lines of communication to reduce the risk of miscalculation. Establishing clear rules of the road for military conduct in areas like space and cyberspace, and potentially for the use of autonomous systems, could help build trust and prevent accidents from spiraling into war. Ultimately, ensuring global stability in an age of hypersonic weapons requires more than just technological solutions. It requires a commitment from all nations, especially the major powers, to transparency, restraint, and diplomacy. Finding common ground on arms control for these new technologies will be incredibly challenging, but it is essential for the security of the entire planet. The race to build faster weapons must be matched by an equally determined race to build stronger frameworks for peace. The future safety of the world may depend on which race we decide to win.